I read the book. I couldn't even finish it. I was just crying as I was reading it.
You were crying.
I was in tears. I was sitting next to my wife, who's here, by the way. Hi, baby. That's right, because what is a typical abuser or a typical victim? I think that there is no typical anything, I think.
In the ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, both celebrities have leveled serious accusations against each other. Blake Lively has accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and engaging in smear campaigns to damage her reputation. She also alleges that Baldoni made uninvited advances toward her and created an uncomfortable working environment on the set of their movie.
That's just how it's been for us from the beginning.
No, we're like, oh my God, there's not enough time.
Oh, I think that's cute. You guys are really cute.
I think it's more than cute.
They won the Stanley Cup.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
In response, Baldoni has fired back with a lawsuit of his own, claiming that Blake is the true source of the smear campaign and accusing her of misrepresenting events. The lawsuit revolves around accusations of harassment, unprofessional behavior, and manipulation, with both sides presenting evidence such as text messages, emails, and witness testimonies to support their respective claims.
Could have been one of the most beautiful nights of my life, career-wise. Literally was sent to the basement with all my friends and family for over an hour. So they ushered me off the carpet and they sent us down to the basement. My friends and family, the people that love me the most, and we start laughing. And I realized, like, on a night that was supposed to be so materialistically joyful, I was in the basement with the people that I love the most, and we were all joyful and laughing. Attend a premiere like that and be celebrated. We're in this business because we're artists, and we believe in what we do.
The legal fight has become a high-profile he said, she said situation, with each party attempting to discredit the other while using their celebrity status and media influence to sway public opinion. The drama has sparked widespread interest, especially as both parties are high-profile figures in Hollywood, and it has drawn significant attention in the media.
Don't give it to
They
him.
score.
Just keep restraint.
Yeah,
Score.
just do a little bit of restraint.
Ryan, come on back. Towards us, cross. No, your name, sorry. Ponytail lady.
And then-
Cross this way, cross this way. Take your date and cross this way.
Megyn Kelly's involvement in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni dispute has added a dramatic new layer to the already volatile situation. Kelly, known for her no-nonsense approach to media commentary, stepped in by publicly presenting a range of evidence that could potentially undermine Blake's narrative.
Think about this. On what, could have been one of the most beautiful nights of my life, career-wise. I literally was sent to the basement with all my friends and family for over an hour because I wasn't allowed to be seen. She didn't want me anywhere near her or the rest of the cast. So they ushered me off the carpet and they sent us down to the basement. We were down there together, my friends and family, the people that love me the most, and we start laughing because of the ridiculousness of this whole thing. And I realized, like, on a night that was supposed to be so materialistically joyful, I was in the basement with the people that I love the most, and we were all joyful and laughing because none of that shit matters. None of it. That's not why we're in the business. That's not why the three of us are in this business, is to attend a premiere like that and be celebrated. We're in this business because we're artists, and we believe in what we do, and because we want to create art that touches people's hearts and souls and can move people. And that's what we did. That's what you both did. And I believe that will follow each of us, and that truth will prevail, and that light and love will win.
These receipts include text messages, call logs, insider information, and other documents that allegedly support Justin's side of the story. Kelly is not just making general statements or relying on her usual snarky commentary. Instead, she is backing up her claims with concrete proof, suggesting that Blake's emotional outbursts may have been orchestrated for strategic purposes rather than arising from genuine distress.
Haven't I seen you before?
Well, mostly because I've never required brain surgery.
So you just broke into my building?
I have a really nice view.
I do.
This evidence could undermine Blake's carefully crafted public image, potentially showing a different, less sympathetic side of the actress. In the context of the ongoing lawsuit, Kelly's role has been critical in amplifying the public scrutiny of Blake's actions, as she positions herself as a key player in unveiling what she suggests could be a calculated PR maneuver by Lively.
Has the ability to end a cycle that they didn't ask for. We can all say it ends with us in our life.
Megyn Kelly's intervention is making the situation even more complex, and her accusations further intensify the media firestorm surrounding the two actors. Blake Lively's emotional outburst, which initially seemed to be a genuine meltdown, is now being suggested as a potential strategic move in a larger PR plan. According to Megyn Kelly, this outburst could have been engineered from the beginning to shift the blame squarely onto Justin Baldoni, positioning Blake as the victim. The theory behind this is that Blake might have orchestrated the entire situation to take advantage of the media's tendency to sympathize with women who claim to be victims of harassment or mistreatment.
I asked Colleen if it was okay, if she would come out to LA, and we brought out like 13 or 12 super fans.
By framing her emotional reaction as the result of Justin's alleged harassment, Blake could have hoped to garner public support and distract from any negative press surrounding her behavior on set or her difficult interactions with Baldoni. This emotional outburst may not have been an isolated incident, but rather part of a calculated move to manipulate public perception and control the narrative surrounding her involvement in the film. The idea is that Blake leveraged her star power, combined with the attention from her close circle of celebrity friends, to rally support and deflect criticism. Megyn Kelly suggests that this approach could be an intentional attempt to skew the story in Blake's favor and sideline Justin's claims. This turn of events is what fuels the growing suspicion that Blake's reaction might not be as spontaneous or sincere as it originally appeared. Blake Lively's alleged PR crisis began long before the legal battle with Justin Baldoni, according to some sources. Reports suggest that Blake, known for her perfect public image, might have intentionally triggered a meltdown to shift attention away from her own questionable behavior. In an effort to salvage her reputation, she is accused of hopping onto the woe is me bandwagon, positioning herself as a victim when things started to go awry on set. Megyn Kelly and others speculate that Blake used her emotional outbursts to distract from behind-the-scenes conflicts, painting Justin as the villain and painting herself as a vulnerable actress. The drama intensifies when it's suggested that Blake sought help from her celebrity friends, such as Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, to bolster her case and exert influence over the situation. By leveraging the star power of these friends, Blake may have pressured producers into meeting her demands, possibly using the weight of their fame as leverage to intimidate those in charge of the project. Taylor Swift's enormous fan base and Ryan Reynolds' influential position in Hollywood would make them powerful allies, especially in a situation like this, where public opinion plays a critical role. If Blake was indeed using her connections to manipulate the narrative, it could have been an effort to gain control of the set and the storyline, ensuring that she had more influence over the film's direction and her public image. This approach would not only help Blake deflect blame, but also allow her to control the narrative surrounding the film, shifting focus away from any potential mishaps on set. The rumors suggest that Blake Lively's use of her celebrity friends, particularly Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, could have been a deliberate tactic to apply pressure on the producers and other people involved in the film. Given their immense star power, both Taylor and Ryan could potentially sway public opinion and influence key decision-makers behind the scenes. The idea is that Blake, with their support, could have forced producers to meet her demands by threatening to use her famous friends as a powerful tool for public relations and media leverage. Taylor Swift, with her massive global following and reputation for taking strong stances on personal matters, could intimidate the film's producers into agreeing with Blake's vision, lest they risk facing backlash from Swift's legion of loyal fans. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds, a beloved comedic star with significant influence in Hollywood, could have added further weight to Blake's stance. Both of them are known for their ability to command attention, and if Blake used this to her advantage, it would be an incredibly strategic move. By leveraging their influence, Blake could have hoped to control not just the narrative surrounding the film, but also the power dynamics between her and the filmmakers. This would add to her ability to dominate the situation and, if necessary, turn the story around to portray herself as the wronged party, which is essential for any PR move. However, if these tactics were indeed employed, they could potentially backfire by making Blake appear manipulative and calculating rather than a victim of a hostile work environment. Blake Lively's behavior throughout this controversy has drawn comparisons to Amber Heard's infamous attempts to manipulate the media during her legal battles with Johnny Depp. Megyn Kelly, in particular, has hinted that Blake may have taken cues from Heard's strategy of crafting a victim narrative to gain public sympathy, only for the truth to unravel later. In Amber Heard's case, her carefully constructed image of a victim of domestic violence fell apart as evidence emerged, showing inconsistencies in her story and casting doubt on her claims. Kelly suggests that Blake might be attempting a similar strategy, presenting herself as a victim of harassment and mistreatment by Justin Baldoni, all while strategically maneuvering to control the media's portrayal of her. However, much like Heard's narrative, the public could eventually flip on Blake once all the evidence is revealed. This parallel raises questions about Blake's true intentions. Was her meltdown a genuine emotional reaction to mistreatment, or was it a calculated effort to manipulate public perception and silence her critics? If Blake has indeed been following a similar playbook to Amber Heard, it suggests she may have underestimated the consequences of manipulating a high-profile narrative, particularly in an age where receipts, leaks, and social media scrutiny can quickly turn the tide of public opinion. Blake Lively's claims about the behavior of Justin Baldoni, particularly the accusations of fat-shaming and harassment, have become a focal point in the legal battle. Blake's lawsuit alleges that Justin made comments about her postpartum body, questioning her weight and making her feel uncomfortable. This sparked outrage among her fans, who viewed these allegations as deeply inappropriate and harmful. However, Justin's camp has responded with evidence that contradicts Blake's version of events, suggesting that his actions may have been misinterpreted or twisted. For example, it was revealed that Justin had a serious back issue and had to perform a scene where he physically lifted Blake. His inquiry about her weight was reportedly made out of logistical concern, as he needed to determine whether it would be physically feasible for him to lift her without risking further injury. This context paints the situation in a very different light, making it appear less like fat-shaming and more like a necessary consideration due to Justin's health issues. This evidence has cast doubt on Blake's narrative, leading to a significant shift in how the public perceives her claims. The discrepancy between her version of events and the receipts presented by Justin's team raises important questions about the authenticity of Blake's accusations. Were her claims a genuine expression of hurt, or were they exaggerated or fabricated to manipulate public sympathy? As more evidence comes to light, fans and observers are left wondering whether Blake's portrayal of the situation is accurate or if she has distorted the truth for personal gain. Blake Lively's legal claims are under intense scrutiny due to contradictions in her statements and behavior, particularly regarding the presence of an intimacy coordinator on set. In her lawsuit, Blake states that no intimacy coordinator was present during the filming, which supposedly led to uncomfortable and unplanned intimate moments that she claims were inappropriate. This assertion is central to her argument that the filming environment was unprofessional and potentially harmful to her. However, new evidence has surfaced that directly challenges this claim. In multiple interviews and statements made by Blake in the past, she openly referenced the presence of an intimacy coordinator on set, which contradicts her current legal argument. This discrepancy raises questions about the accuracy and consistency of her story. If she acknowledged the coordinator's presence in interviews, why would she now claim that there was none? This inconsistency suggests that Blake may be shaping her narrative to fit her legal arguments, depending on what will make her case seem stronger in the eyes of the court and the public. The conflicting statements undermine her credibility, casting doubt on the authenticity of her claims and leading to further suspicion that Blake might be strategically manipulating the situation. This situation highlights how her story appears to be shifting to fit whatever narrative is most advantageous, fueling the belief that her actions may be less about genuine distress and more about crafting a controlled image for public and legal purposes. In the wake of mounting evidence against her, Blake Lively has sought to control the narrative by petitioning the court for a gag order, effectively trying to silence Justin Baldoni's legal team and prevent further leaks of potentially damaging information. This move has raised eyebrows, as it appears to be an attempt to suppress the ongoing flow of receipts and evidence that are increasingly working against her case. If Blake's claims were entirely truthful and solid, there would be little reason to restrict the release of this evidence. The gag order request, therefore, is seen by many as a sign of desperation, suggesting that Blake might be struggling to maintain the credibility of her story in the face of mounting contradictions and damaging leaks. Her decision to seek a gag order could be interpreted as an effort to muzzle Justin's team and prevent the continued disclosure of evidence that undermines her narrative. This attempt to block further leaks makes it seem as though Blake is worried that more damaging information could surface, potentially causing irreversible damage to her public image and legal standing. It also raises the question, if she is truly in the right, why not allow all evidence to be made public to clear her name? Instead, the gag order creates an air of secrecy and suspicion, further complicating her position and leaving fans and the public wondering if there's more to the story than she's letting on. As more evidence comes to light, public perception of Blake Lively's situation appears to be shifting, and the question remains, is Blake's emotional meltdown part of a carefully orchestrated PR strategy, or is she truly a misunderstood actress caught in the crossfire of Hollywood's brutal rumor mill? The growing body of evidence, including text messages, emails, and witness accounts, paints a picture that could potentially damage Blake's carefully curated public persona. With inconsistencies in her story, conflicting statements about key aspects of the situation, and the mounting release of evidence from Justin Baldoni's camp, many are beginning to question whether Blake has been manipulating the narrative to paint herself as the victim. Her petition for a gag order and the public contradictions only add fuel to the fire, suggesting that there might be more to the story than what Blake has portrayed. On the other hand, it's also possible that Blake is truly a victim of a toxic work environment and is simply caught in a messy he-said-she-said dispute with Justin. The public has been quick to jump on both sides of the argument, and it's difficult to say definitively who is at fault. What's clear, however, is that this situation is far from resolved, and as new details emerge, the public's sympathy seems to be gradually shifting toward Justin's side. The saga is still unfolding, and the outcome could have major repercussions for both Blake and Justin. Will Blake be able to salvage her public image, or will this legal battle and the accompanying media frenzy spell the end of her carefully constructed persona? Only time will tell. But for now, the spotlight remains firmly on Blake as the drama continues to unfold.